Good afternoon, everybody. I just got this Corsair H100i V2 in the mail, and I got some filters that I'm going to put in into this rig. I have an H100i in there right now, and there's a couple things in it that I don't really care for, especially the crackling part of it. It crackles a lot, and I don't really like that. So, plus I've noticed some of my games run my CPU pretty hot. So I want to start cooling that down, so I figured I would upgrade with this, and I'm going to do a tutorial about what I think and what I see different from this to the H100i. Alright, so let's start unpacking it. Let's see. We got two fans, pretty standard Corsair fans. And we got your heat shields and stuff for the back of your motherboard, for Intel and AMD. Let's see what else. We got a cord in here. That cord probably hooks up to the cooling module part of the radiator, and then we have the actual radiator, which is a lot bigger than my H100i. Well, then again, it is a double intake, or a double radiator intake. Let's see, got some thermal paste on there, and you got everything. You got copper. You got your two cords for your, looks like for your fans, and then to hook into your PC. And then you have the actual radiator part, which looks very nice, very large and in charge. Like it. Tubes are a lot bigger. So after taking a look at everything, we got two fans. I ordered 8 filters just to keep the radiator clean. Those bolts came with that. Then we got your the cord that plugs in right here on the head of the radiator that goes to the CPU. The radiator looks nice. And then we got your screws to hook up your fans, and the hand screws that go into your CPU heatsink. So we're gonna put all this into there. So as the PC sits right here, I have these two fans up front. They push air this way. I have this fan right here that pushes air up. And then on my old H100i Corsair, which I'm going to get rid of, I have this fan pushing this way, and I have this fan pushing that way, so it keeps all the air away from the radiator, pushing it always away. And then these two fans, this one right here, I have it pushing up, and this one pushing in, so that you always get circulation of air coming in. Well, we're going to have to change that now. So after removing all my old part, the two top fans that I'll have to replace for the new water cooler, make sure you pull your CPU out, clean all the old thermal paste off of it, and we'll get started on putting the new cooler in. Get some rubbing alcohol, get a rag, pour some of this on there, and we'll clean the top of our CPU. Make sure you just don't get anything on the bottom. Looks almost good as new. We'll just clean up these edges so that I know that I came back in here and cleaned all this up, made it looking pretty, so I know that nothing looks goofy. Alright, there we go, clean CPU. Now with that all said and done, I got the CPU back in its place. Proper way, make sure you just don't force anything in. It should just slide right in. It's very simple. Now with these, you usually put these on the back, but since my motherboard does not need one of those, I already have a heatsink on the back. I just have to screw into this hole, these holes right here, and place my water cooler. So here's how the radiator is going to sit right up on top, right? Now these little filters I just got it so I don't have to clean my radiator. Because with my old one, I don't know if you can see it, kind of got a little dirty, just a little bit of dust. Yeah, that side you can see it really good. It would get dirty really good. So I bought these filters so I'd save up on cleaning, and those are just going to sit, if I can get it right, those are just going to sit like that, help keep the dust out of there, but I'm going to have to push more air in just because it's going to trap more heat. And then so that's why I'm going to put these so that they're like this on both of them, so then just sucking in air constant and always keeping the radiator cool. So I had two 140 millimeter fans. Well, I put them right here, probably pretty ghetto. I zip tied both of them just to add a little extra boost, pushing all the air out. These two fans, they're sucking in cold air to the radiator, keep it cool. And then radiator pumps, this is normally your hot one, goes in, your cold one comes in. There's a small filter that I showed you guys. It's going to be right in between here. And I did get them in. It was a little hard to do. I don't know if I'd recommend it, but I'm going to do that just to keep my radiator really clean. Other than that, it is all ready to go. All I got to do is these two fans need to be hooked up. There's one, the other one's kind of in here, so I thought I was only going to use one. I didn't use these, of course. This is what I'll use for both the fans, so they both have the same speed. And then I have two extra fans left over, which I wanted to put them right here on the radiator and have them pushing air away from the radiator also. But I am starting to run out of room, and I don't know how it would work. So I'm going to leave that. I don't really know what I'm going to do with this yet, with these two, but I will find something to do with them. And then the last thing I got to do is I got to plug in this. So everything went through properly. I'm going to have to restart it again. That's just what it asked for. It's back up and running, if you can tell right there in the corner of my screen. So everybody, I told you I would do some tests on the new and old water cooler. Right now, this is my H100i that I did have in the PC, and if you've noticed, it's running anywhere from 82 to 88 Celsius, which is roughly 180 to 190 Fahrenheit. If anybody knows what those feel like, it's pretty hot. I don't think that's acceptable for a PC or CPU to be running at if you're going to play a lot of games. And I know PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds right now is a very fascinating game. A lot of people are playing it right now. A lot of videos are going up. This is just me showing you some tests of what temperatures I was getting before and after I added my H80. We will go now to my H100i V2, and you'll see a significant decrease. As you can tell, after I added the HI V2 radiator, the Corsair's cooler, I went from 82 to 88 Celsius to 52 Celsius, 52 to roughly 58, which is like 123 Fahrenheit to 117 Fahrenheit, which isn't too bad. Or never mind, my bad. 144 to 136 Fahrenheit. My bad on my numbers. But it's decreased the CPU heat significantly by 30 Celsius. That's a lot. But my graphics card is still pretty high. It runs 72 to 75, depending on what games I'm playing. I guess what I could do is boost it up a little bit, give it a little bit more power. It will run hotter. Well, I wouldn't want to do that. I would want to decrease the power so that it doesn't run as hot. My bad. But other than that, there's a significant improvement on going from the H80 to the H100, and I enjoy it a lot. The one thing I did not like about my H80 is the crackling noise. It was like the pump was overdoing itself, so it would just start crackling, and it wasn't the best sound. And this would happen when I was like checking my email or doing homework for school or something, just simple task, and it would just be on overload. But with this, I've had it running for a couple hours, and I haven't had a single problem with it, or I haven't had a single complaint about noise. I mean, it's super quiet, and I ran it on PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and Fallout 4, both very high constraining games, I would say, and the temperature just doesn't get outrageous, or the sound. I mean, you don't even hear the computer at all, which is great. And on that note, I'm just going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. Hope this helped you figure out how to install it, what the benefits are, and stuff like that. Just take it from someone who had a lower end and went upper to a higher end. I would say skip the H80 and go for a double radiator cooler if you can, if you have the money for it. I would say do it. Totally worth it. Alright guys, I'll catch you another time. Also, hold on, also check out my vlogs. My girlfriend and I were doing random vlogs every week of just stuff we do. I feel like we have very interesting lives. So if you guys have some spare time, please go check it out. Leave a comment or not. I'd appreciate it. Thank you.